Today is Saturday, 7th of October 2023. This day is celebrated as National Bathtub Day, National Maid Day, National Frappe Day, World Card Making Day, T. Margot Stem Cell and Bone Marrow Awareness Day. The Hindu 7th of October in Indian history also observed as the anniversary of the following personalities, including most important one, the Guru Gobind Singh. His death anniversary, 22nd December 1666, up to 7 October 1708, considered as the 10th and the last Guru of the Sikhs. He was appointed as the Guru of the Sikhs on 11 November 1675 and remained in this post till 1708. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that FIR links news click a case to legal aid for Chinese companions. The FIR also alleges that the accused promoted a false narrative against India's pharma sector, initiated and funded the farmers' protest, and conspired to show Kashmir and Arunachal as disputed territories. The Hindu newspaper also states that a new Maldives president won't be anti-India or pro-China. Mohammed Nasheed, the Maldivian speaker and former president who broke with the incumbent president Ibu Solih earlier this year, says that foreign and military policy regarding India will not change under new government. The Hindu newspaper also states that MG Narega's runs out of funds. Rural Development Ministry seeks a supplementary budget. An amount of 60,000 crore was approved for this financial year, which was 33% lower than the revised estimates. For the financial year 2022-23, 6 months into the financial year, the job scheme is running deficit of 6,146.93 crore. Women workers engaged in the designating work as a part of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Going towards the Hindu newspaper also states that Sikkim flash flood toll rises to 26. Search for missing. Of the 23 army personnel who had gone missing from the Bardang, the bodies of 7 have been recovered from different areas downstream of Tiesta, while one of them was rescued earlier. Stranded locals and tourists being rescued by the Indian Army in the flood hit North Sikkim district on October 5, 2023. Towards the Indian Express newspaper states that in news, click of FIR follows narrative on a comment-paid news fall in terror ambit. The FIR, however, draws a connection between the source of funding from the inimical foreign nation and the critical reportage of the government to define terrorism. It lists 3 key details as a ground for invoking strong anti-terror charges. Indian Express also states that a glacial lake outburst flood red flags since 2005. Tiesta third dam may not survive lake outburst. Washed away, Sikkim's largest hydel project had a dodgy history of compromise. Indian Army personnel and other during search and rescue operation after the flash floods in North Sikkim district. Indian Express also states that Modi's tribute to Professor M.S. Swaminathan. He was a true Kisan Vaigyanik. In his heart there was a farmer. Professor M.S. Swaminathan loved India and wanted our nation and farmers in a particular to lead life of prosperity. A few days ago, we lost a Professor M.S. Swaminathan. Our nation lost a visionary who revolutionized agricultural science, a stalwart whose contribution to India will always be etched in a golden letters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the agricultural scientist M.S. Swaminathan at a 2016 event in New Delhi. When was the Hindustan Times newspaper states that new disability pension rules to protect genuine interest to boost efficiency. CDS Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan has said the idea behind the changes in disability person rules was not to save money for the government but to manage the armed forces cadre efficiently. The new rules governing disability pension for military personnel will safeguard the legitimate interests of people who acquire disabilities during the service and prevent the misuse of the liberal provisions to run the armed forces efficiently, ensure battle readiness, and encourage physical fitness across the board, Chief of Defense Staff General Anil Chauhan said on Friday. And sometimes also states that four shocking cases in strife-torn Manipur, one common thread, a long wait for justice. The cases that started on May 3rd have claimed 178 lives so far. The Hindustan Times also states that New Delhi, Guwahati, two women stripped, paraded, and gang raped by a mob live on the camera. Two young women looking to make their way in a big steep pulled out of their rented accommodation, raped and murdered. Two young men shot in on a video, their bodies thrown in a ditch. A mother and her 7-year-old son pulled out of an ambulance and killed as they begged for mercy. The Sun also states that Sikkim flood weather hinders rescue operations as death toll rises to 27. Bad weather hampered efforts to reach the worst hit areas of the Sikkim flash floods on Friday, forcing Army and National Disaster Response Force and NDRF personnel to begin trekking and even taking boats to reach the devastated hillside villages, according to the people aware of the matter. What was the economy of the country from a note exchange to United States Treasury yields? What Reserve Bank of India governor said. Bulk of rupees 2000 notes have come back, and so it has largely met our original objective of withdrawal of rupees 2000 notes, said Reserve Bank of India Shakti Kanta Das. Only when inflation is at 4% or below 4% on a durable basis that may call for a rhythmic said the Reserve Bank of India Governor Shakti Kanta Das on a report rate cut. 87% of rupees 2000 notes came back as bank deposits rupees 12,000 crore of currency yet to return, Reserve Bank of India Gaur Das. Addressing a press conference after the announcement of the bi-monthly monetary policy review, Shakti Kanta Das said rupees 12,000 crore of rupees 3.5 lakh crore worth rupees 2000 notes in circulation on as of May 19, 2023 are yet to come back. Reserve Bank of India Shakti Kanta Das on Friday said 87% of the rupees 2000 denomination notes being withdrawn have turned as deposits into the bank, while the rest has been exchanged across the country. Reserve Bank of India Shakti Kanta Das on Friday said 87% of the rupees 2000 denomination notes being withdrawn have returned as deposits into the banks, while the rest of that has been exchanged across the countries. Global economies glide to soft landing gets bumpy as a bond yields jump. The world's finance officials who will gather in Morocco next week for the annual meeting of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank may disagree over the exact drivers of a global bond rout that now appears to reflect more than guessing how far central bankers will raise interest rates. Rocketing United States government bond yield that have led to a global jump in borrowing costs are raising new risks of our economic policymakers hoping to lower the inflation without triggering a major crisis. A man buys foods at a market as Thailand is to inject $15.2 billion into the economy next year through its digital wallet policy in Bangkok, Thailand, October 2nd, 2023. Point out of the world news, including half the village is gone. Ukraine hamlet reels after a missile strike. Indian leadership, independent nationality origin-oriented. Putin says West's attempts to sway New Delhi pointless. Even in a prison, Nargis Mohammadi is an indomitable voice for freedom in Iran. Jailed Iranian activist Nargis Mohammadi wins Nobel Peace Prize for the fight against oppression of women. 52 killed in a missile attack on a Ukrainian Kiev. Zelensky terms genocidal aggression. Key updates on Russia-Ukraine war. United States court allows Mumbai terror attacks. Accused Tower ran more times to file motion against extradition. Going towards the science and technology, the astronaut wears Parada fashion brand to help design NASA's Artemis spacesuits. Axiom Space announced that it is partnering with the Italian fashion brand Parada to design astronaut suits for NASA's Artemis mission to the moon. Parada will work with the Axiom Space System team through the design process, developing a solution for the material and the design features. Elon Musk claims SpaceX could not land spacecraft on Mars in 3 to 4 years. Elon Musk made the claim while speaking at the International Astronautical Congress in Azerbaijan. He also remains optimistic about Starship's next launch. SpaceX can and a spacecraft on Mars in 3 to 4 years, said a company founder CEO Elon Musk on Thursday. SpaceX Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk is in the scene on the screen as he addresses the participants of the 74th International Astronautical Congress via a video call link in Baku, Azerbaijan, October 5, 2023. China to double the size of its space station, offering alternative to ISS. China is set to double the size of its Tiangong space station in the coming years by adding 3 more modules to existing 3. A rendering of the Chinese space station Tiangong with its currently operational 3 modules. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Rabindranath Tagore, whose birth anniversary is 7 May 1861 up to 8 August 1941. Was an Indian poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and a painter. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as the Indian art with the contextual modernism in the 19th and the early 20th century. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali, he became the 1913 the first non-European and the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Tagore's poetic songs were woven in as a spiritual and a mercurial, where he elegant prose and a magical poetry were widely popular in the Indian subcontinent. He was a fellowship of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred to as the Bard of the Bengal. Tagore was also known by the sobriquets Gurudev, Kobi Guru, and Bismu Kobi. Rabindranath Tagore says a famous quotation. He says that the fundamental desire of the life is the desire to exist. Okay, thank you.